Pavitra?
Good afternoon all. Hi Shilpa. Hi Hemant.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಕಣಮ್ಮ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಗುಡ್.
Good.
ಕ್ಯಾಮೆರಾ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ?
ನಂದು ಸರಿ ಇದೆಯಾ? Is it what is wrong? Is it okay?
ಲೈಟ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಇದಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅನ್ಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಜಾರಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ಸ್ತಿದೆ.
ಅದು ನಂಗೆ ಎರಡು ಕಡೆಯಿಂದನೂ ಲೈಟ್ ಇದೆ.
could be
a natural source ಮುಂದಿಂದನೂ ಇದೆ, ಸೈಡ್ ಇಂದನೂ ಇದೆ. So it is okay. Let me ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ 1 second.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾರಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ.
1 second. Let me change my settings. Is it better now? Is it better now?
I think it's better, but as they say, the biggest room is room for improvement.
1 second.
I'm just sharing on your WhatsApp image the way it is looking. Just or is it a problem with my system?
Okay. Shilpa,
it's fine now. Something was flickering at that time. Now it's fine.
What I guess he means is my face has become completely reddish type. Is it okay?
Correct. That was how that was what it was. Now it's better.
Okay.
Because I've never seen you so angry.
I am not actually. Maybe because of this dress complexion, ಹೊಳಿತಾ ಇದೀವಿ sir. Adjust ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇವತ್ತು.
Good afternoon, friends. I welcome all of you to this session on mental wellness. During this pandemic and COVID times, a ray of hope, if we can get and get relieved of all our negative thoughts, then yes, this is the reason why we are having today's session. Let the experts talk to us. I request Jivika to formally introduce Pavitra to the members.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today's speaker, Pavitra P. She wears many hats, and it's my pleasure to introduce her today. Pavitra is a member of Institute of Company Secretaries of India, and she is a graduate of law from University of Mysore. She's also a master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming under Dr. R.K.S. Mangesh Das. She's certified hypnotist, certified advanced coach, certified modeler level 1. She also provides training under Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act. That is, she is a certified POSH trainer. She is also an independent director at BPL Limited. And currently she is working as a company secretary and legal officer of Sporton Logistics Private Limited. We welcome you, Pavitra. It's really our pleasure to have you here today. Now I hand over the session to you. You may begin the session.
Just 1 minute. Pavitra had requested that all the participants can be ready with a paper and a pen so that, it will help her to carry out, any exercises if she wants to take up. Over to you, Pavitra.
Thank you, Shilpa. Thank you, Jivika. That was a wonderful introduction, and I'm glad that I'm here today. Today's topic is actually mental wellness in pandemic times. I would rather take this liberty from Shilpa and change this topic a bit and change it as mental wellness during challenging times. Because, life is full of challenges and pandemic is just another challenge. We have a lot more to come, all through our life. Just tell me, when I was going through these articles and all, I came to a article which says that stress, depression, anger, fear, anxiety were the top listed negativities which is running around this pandemic times. Now my question to you is, my friends, were we not stressed before pandemic? Were we not angry before pandemic? And were we not depressed before pandemic? And another question is, will we not be angry after pandemic? Will we not be depressed after pandemic? And I guess an answer is obvious yes. Is there anyone, someone says no? So it is obviously an answer and yes to this. So let's have a holistic view as to how we all can combat our mind in during these any challenge of life, including pandemic, which we are facing now. My husband, Madhvesh, recently faced an emotional imbalance. He was emotionally broken down, which he usually doesn't because of his yogic practices. He lost one of his closest friend. Many of you might be knowing her. I don't recollect her name. She was a student of Bangalore chapter, and she was a member of Bangalore chapter, and she was my husband's student. She was very energetic. Hearing to that news, Madhvesh went into an emotional illness. I mean, went into an emotional breakdown. And you know what happened in my family? One of my maternal uncle, I mean, Madhvesh's maternal uncle also was hospitalized due to COVID, heart attack and all. So this also pulled him down. When I was, not only him, many of us over here, we all are going through a lot of emotional turbulences during these days and in many more days to come. So when I was questioning myself as to why this world is filled with negativity, why there is misery all around, and after some time, I got to know that it is not the world which is filled with negativity, but it is me who is giving a negative color to this world. It's just like, gun don't kill people, people do. So that's how this is, and that is how we take it as the challenges of emotional imbalances. And when I was going through a bit more deep in it, I was directed to beautiful two concepts. That is the concept of negativity bias and the concept of evolutionary psychology. What does this negativity bias mean? Before I proceed, I just want to let you all know that I would be speaking for about 30-35 minutes, and I'll send you to breakout rooms with the task. You have to discuss in those breakout rooms, and you come back and we'll have a question and answer session, and we can wind up the session after that. So when I was talking about why we see negativity all around the world, why is this world filled with negativity? The answer, as I gave you, was the negativity bias and the evolutionary psychology. Now, what is this negativity bias? Negativity bias is that tendency of unconscious mind. Let me tell you one more thing, my friends. When I use the word mind, it only includes unconscious mind. I would be very specific in using the mind as unconscious mind, but it is always unconscious mind which I say. So this negativity bias is the tendency of that unconscious mind. Whenever we are negatively biased, it does two things. One, it captures any event which creates the negative emotions with us instantly. And it not only captures that, the second leg of that negativity bias is that it registers that event and keeps dwelling on that event continuously. Say, for example, if you're rushing to your office and someone cuts you off, then that would be sufficient. If you're negatively biased, that would be sufficient for you to spoil the whole day. Or even if I have to take a broader example, if we all are practicing here, right? If any one of us or me have a word of war with any of my clients, and if my mind is negatively biased, I would just be concentrating on the criticisms which my client made. I would keep feeding myself that I did A to B, I did B, I did C to him. Even then he's criticizing me. I would just concentrate on the pain of the sting or the rebuke of the criticism than enjoying or celebrating the joy of association what I had with him. He might have not questioned me on pricing. He might have given me full liberty. He might have given me full support to conduct the transaction, all those things I'll forget. My concentration would be just on that string of that criticism. And this is when we are negatively biased. And why is this happening? And this again dates back to something called as evolutionary psychology. When, okay, if this concept can be experienced well than explained. Those who can switch on the camera can switch it on, or those who are not able to do it, that's okay. You can just close your eyes and you can just imagine yourself as an archaic human being. When I say archaic human being, that means the caveman. Just imagine yourself as an archaic human being. Now, we are all in an era where there is no fire. We are all in an era beyond Stone Age. We have just formed a group and we are all just sitting inside the deep jungle. Some one of us had a deadly fight in the morning. You had a deadly fight in the morning with a wild animal, and you have somehow escaped and survived your life. And we are all sitting in a dark in the evening. Now we all hear a massive voice. What is that which we all want to do? Do we want to go venture out and see what that noise is? Or do we want to run into a safe place? You all can open your eyes now. And mostly, but by reading of say books, Sapien by Yuval Harari and other research papers, what I understood is, in those days, archaic human being, following the policy of safety first, they just wanted to be safe and survive their life. Then how do we be safe? Just by avoiding dangers, very common. And this is how they went on avoiding the dangers. And to avoid the danger, you must first know what the danger exactly is. And in that process, their attention was more towards that negativity, that danger which was running around. And their focus was more on that dangers. Though this experience of archaic human being may not be relevant for this year, for the current time, but the point which I would like to emphasize here is that we are habituated to think negative. Our psychology by evolution is designed to think negative. And that's how American researcher Arian Mack and Irwin Rock, in their research paper titled Inattentional Blindness, clearly indicate this negativity bias as negativity attention bias. And that's how we are evolved to pay more attention towards that negativity. And now also we are continuing to perceive the danger beyond imagination. It may not be that much necessary. Those period it was just to play safe, but now it is inculcated in our DNA. But my question here is, should I accept this as an evolution process, like how I have learned to walk on two legs? Should I also be quiet and accept that I am habituated, I am evolved to just be negative? Is that the end? Should I accept it? Can I get some yes or no in the chat box? You all can put it in the chat box. No. Jivika says no. Yes, definitely. We are not supposed to accept it as an evolutionary psychology. And yes, there is another counter statement in this. All human beings have capacity of inhibition, and that's how we can always choose to completely fight against this natural phenomenon, and we can always become an intemperate fighter. So this is how our mind is tuned by evolution to talk to think, to sleep, to eat negativity. And how do I become an interpret fighter? That was my question, that I said that we can become an interpret fighter by winning over the nature. Then how do we become the interpret fighter? I personally follow 4 principles and 2 tools. And I recommend this as I've personally followed and I know the results for it. How did I become an interpret fighter? Rather, I'm in the process of becoming an interpret fighter. I don't say that, I don't deny that I am not never emotionally down. No, that's not possible. That's not possible at this minute. But I'm working towards it. I'm conditioning my mind, and that is the first principle which I follow, and it is nurture my mind. I always speak to my unconscious mind. People like even American mathematician Ruby Rucker says that he's happy because his mind is inherently uncontrollable, and somehow I don't agree to this statement at all. What I feel by my NLP background and what I believe is that my mind is an obedient child to me. One of the prime directives of unconscious mind is that it loves to take directions. It loves to listen to what the conscious mind says. And that's how we would be nurturing our mind. Go on giving direction to your mind that yes, this is what I have to do. I have to first nurture my mind that fight against negativity. That is the first step which I have to take, fight against negativity. In this process, what I would be doing is, I don't want to cut down the first leg of negativity, but yes, that is the capturing of negative events, because I'll become an inhuman in that case. I'll lose all my sympathy, I'll lose all my empathy. Rather, what I would say is, don't dwell upon those events. At least cut the second leg. Begin with cutting that second leg. So don't dwell upon that event, dwell upon that negative event. Because in the process of if we go on dwelling about it, in myself, nothing matters to the world. But it affects me as a company secretary. It affects me as a neuro-linguistic practitioner. It affects me as a daughter. It affects me as a wife. And it affects me as a mother. So what first principle which I follow is, I have emotions, but I will not dwell upon it. The second principle which I follow is something called as CYCR. That is, change your choice to respond. Dear friends, not only me, everybody's life always will have 2 options to it, 2 radio buttons to it. One radio button would be bloody red in color, that is of negativity. Second radio button would be green, pleasantly green in color, and that is of not negativity. And it is always on us to choose. Take a minute and choose not to react negatively. When I'm talking about react, I also mean response. And when I'm responding, I am reminded by an famous, fantastic formula given by American author Jack Canfield, that is E plus R is equal to O. I'll just share it on my whiteboard. That is my whiteboard visible? Can you please tell me? E plus R is equal
Yes, it's
to
visible.
O. Yeah, thank you so much, Lita. E is the event which is happening around. R is the response which we are reacting to it. And O is the outcome. So let me write it again for you guys. It is E is equal to events. R is equal to response. And O is equal to outcomes. Events are common for each and every person. Events are in nature, but the outcomes what we have seen is different. I have seen people flourishing in their business, and I've also seen people who have just wound up their businesses. Say, for example, logistic industry has made a lot of business and take out the play schools run by small women entrepreneurs. They had to shut down. And when I say about, I have also seen people who have gone into deep depression, and I have also seen people who have not only motivated others. You might remember one of the WhatsApp message which was viral. A teacher used a fridge glass as a board to teach the students, and that's how the innovations are. And some people, they though couldn't upgrade themselves digitally, have left their job. Where is this difference coming from? And this difference is coming from what we call it as our responses. Our responses brings out our outcome. So if you want to have a desired outcome, have a desired response. Always change your choice of your response and choose to respond not negatively. In this process, what happens is the stress, the anger, the depression, the fear, the anxiety, which is all knocking at my door, doesn't enter me. It all stays there outside, doesn't spoil my home. And that's how I follow the second principle, and I recommend it as change your choice to respond. And the second and the third principle which I follow is something called as AAP. Any guesses what it could be? AAP? You can either unmute and talk if permitted, or you can put it in the chat box. What does that AAP means? It's definitely not Aam Aadmi Party. Yes, my friends, it is awareness, acceptance, and preparedness. Can you all just hold the paper, whatever you have in your hand, like this? Can you just hold the paper? Or I'll do it for you guys. Yeah, thank you, Jivika. I'll do it for you guys. Just hold the paper like this. I'll just give 2 minutes. Yeah. Just follow my instructions. Just pull this paper apart and keep tearing it a bit. Keep tearing it, keep tearing it. Tear it fast. Okay, do it again. Do it slowly and tear it fast. Okay. Now for those who couldn't access their paper, I'll make another demo. Can you all hold your left hand like this? Can you all make a fist out of your right hand? Can you all please hit your left hand with your fist like this? Yes. Now what I want you to do is hit harder. You have to hit really hard. You put all your pressures and hit harder. Ready? At the count of 1, 2, 3, hit. Ready? At the count of 1, 2, 3, hit. What did you just observe by this? The observation here is your mind was ready, accepted that there is challenges, and your mind was prepared. So when I asked you to hit your left hand, or your left hand didn't take any pain, though in a normal situation, if you were not ready, you would have received little pain at least. But when your mind was prepared that it has to take hard hit, it was completely ready. And that's how, if you are ready, if you are accept that I have to face challenge, and if we are aware that what is that challenges upset 1, 2, 3, 4 are, we would be prepared for it. And if I have to give you another example, I do love a lot of trekkings, and I have to climb an Himalayan mountain of 14,000 feet. Then in that case, first I'll be aware of myself. I'll accept the moment I register, I accept that there is a challenge, and I'll make myself aware. I'll read about the terrain, I'll read about the reviews, and make self aware what are all the challenges which I might face, and I will be prepared for that. And that how That's how this comes. The third principle which I follow is AAP. That is, acceptance leads to awareness, and awareness leads to preparedness. And I'll have to share, it will not be justice if I don't share this fantastic story of Apollo 13 when I'm talking about awareness. Apollo 13 is a mission we all know before the America could land its first man on the moon. When Apollo 13 was sent to space, we know that it was a failure. And what happened during that time is the astronauts there in the space, in that craft, Apollo 13, were calling and telling the scientists over here, the engineers, the team, NASA team over here on the Earth, and telling them that engine is not working, fan is not working, buttons are stuck. The team of NASA just asked one question here. Please do not tell me what is not working. Please tell me what is working. And with that, whatever was working, they could come back to Earth. And this is what I say, that if you're ready for your challenges, you will be aware of what are the resources, what is working well with you. And with that, you will be prepared to face the challenges. Rather, we all will be prepared to face the challenges. And this was the third principle for you, which I follow, is awareness, acceptance, and preparedness. The fourth principle which I follow is CTC. Any guesses again? CTC? You can unmute and talk. Okay. CTC is not cost to the company, but it is come to the cost side of life. Now, what is this cost side of life? Pavitra, you're just telling me cost side, but what is this cost side? Every life situation has two sides to it, my friends. One is the cost side and the other one is the effect side. The cause is something which produces this effect. So if I am on the effect side of my life, I would just say that there is pandemic, I can't go to gym, and that's how I put on weight. Ab kya kare? What shall we do? I'm helpless. ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಯಾರುವೆ. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇರೋದು life. These are all the talks which we feed our mind if we are on the effect side of our life. When we are on the effect side of our life, we take excuses. We play a blame game. We will not be responsible for whatever results that event is giving us, and we'll feel powerless. We'll start feeding our mind that we are powerless. And when it comes to the cost side of life, cost side is a very powerful side. Shilpa, can you please tell me, is my camera clearly visible now? Yeah, okay, thank you. The cost side, as I was telling you, that the cost side is the side which we are powerful. Here, when we are feeding our mind that you are the cause for whatever is happening around. If you are putting on weight, it is you who are eating. If you take that responsibility, if we take that responsibility, we will start exploring the options available between these four walls. I personally have tried out online gymming. I have personally tried out online dancing. So all these things works out well. We can spare much time on exploring stuff. So when we feed our mind that, see Pavitra, you can influence what happens next. You are responsible for your value. At that time, we will be flexible in achieving what we want. If my goal is to reduce my weight, if I'm on the effect side, I will obviously, as I said, I'll keep taking excuses. Rather, if when I jump to cost side, it will start giving me resources, and I'll be flexible in achieving those, utilizing those resources. If one way is not working, I'll shift to another way and achieve that goal. When I'm in the cost side, I'll have a better clarity in my life, and this, as I said, will make my unconscious mind a powerful tool. And these are the four principles which I usually follow in my life to be, to embrace the reality which we are facing and to be treated positive. And that's how I'm here, my friends. I have been treated positive. Some of you might know here that I have recently become the master practitioner neuro-linguistic programming, and that recent time is during these pandemic only. So that's how we all can do everything. As Vivekananda says, there is no limit to the power of human mind. And this human mind can do anything and everything. We just have to believe in ourselves. We just have to keep on auditing our lives. We just have to tell ourselves that an unexamined life is not worth living. Go on auditing your life. Go on understanding ourselves. Where are we standing? And I apply these four principles. Again, let's just like take 2 more minutes and emphasize on just those four principles. The first principle which I follow is I nurture my unconscious mind. And the second principle which I follow is I change my choice to respond. The third principle which I follow is I accept, I'm aware, and I'm prepared for the challenges. And the fourth principle which I follow is something called as CTC, and that is I always come to cost side of my life. Now, I actually rest my arguments, my submissions, Millards. Do you have any questions till now? Otherwise, I will take you through the tools which I use it for getting an interpret fighter, for embracing the reality. Do you have questions till now? Because until we have a clarity on this, probably the tools may be a little confusing. I'll wait for another 30 seconds. Okay, I assume that there are no questions, and I'll just take you through one of my tools, which is my favorite actually. Whenever I am under any emotional imbalances, when I am feeling really bad about myself or the situation around, I do use this tool. And this tool is again on the whiteboard for you guys. Are you able to see my whiteboard? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. This is a concept called Wheel of Life, and this is my favorite, I tell you. Here, what we do is, just a second. Yeah. I divide my life maybe 4 months. Sorry, pardon me for these technical glitches. This, as I said, I am dividing my life into 4 areas. You can decide to divide your life into n number. Minimum is 4 and maximum is 12. I keep it as simple, 4. So what I do it there is I divide it as professional goal, area of my profession. Next is my personal area. And next is my health. And next is my finance. So whenever I come under any emotional imbalance, I'll just sit and write to myself, go on giving numbers to these areas of my life, starting from 1 to 10. I'll just mark it like this, and I'll go on numbering them depending on the gravity of the event which I'm facing. Currently, as I said, what I was facing is I was on and on putting on weight. And that's how I divided this challenge into 4 groups in my life wheel of life. I did it. If I put on my weight, is it going to affect me professionally? I felt yes, it might not affect me anything professionally, nobody is going to give me nobody will deny me if I'm putting on weight. Sorry, nobody will deny business to me if I'm putting on weight. And my personal goals, is it going to affect if I'm putting on weight? That means if I'm heavy, can't I read books? If I'm heavy, can't I watch movies? If I'm heavy, can't I be with my family? So that is also not going to affect, to a certain effect. Yes, it can affect me. And how about my health? Yes, this is the one which is taking the big hit. And what about my finance? Yeah, to a certain extent, I'll also lose certain amount of money because I'll have to spend on my medicines and all. So when I draw up a wheel like this, does it look smooth to you guys? No, it is not looking smooth. So how I do is come to the cost side and check what are all the resources available to me. Before that, tame my mind, nurture my mind that yes, I have to be ready to take challenges. So when I do that, I will start looking at it. Okay, if I'm putting on weight, I may not be able to dress up the way I want. It will give me a bigger mark. If I'm putting on weight, I may not be as active as I am now. It will be giving a higher mark. Health, of course, is at higher end. If I have to make a little investment now, maybe I can avoid a huge investment in the hospital bill later. So this is how it is. And I draw a circle and I get a smooth circle. And that's how I divide my challenging emotional status into these categories and do it. This is actually done very good if you are doing it on a daily basis, not only at the time of facing the challenges, but because you have to be ready first to get into that. How you can be ready is the secret lies in setting your self goals, being self disciplined. So what I would be doing now is I'll be sending you to breakout rooms, and in the breakout rooms you have to discuss only 2 things. How I would be there after 6 months. Before that, just uh, before that, I'll be giving you 5 minutes time, and you will have to decide and write it on a paper as to what I am today. And also write it before going to breakdown rooms as to what you want to be after 6 months. Why am I taking 6 months? Is because of the uncertainty which during these times of pandemic. Only for that reason I'm taking it as 6 months. Otherwise, you can go on for an annual goal setting as well. So once you decide as to what you're today and write down what do you want to become after 6 months, we will go into the breakout rooms and you will have to discuss only 2 sentences. So you will have to talk for only 2 minutes. And what you have to talk is, how are you today and how you plan to grow after 6 months, and what is the journey, how you want to travel to that place after 6 months. Since we have on an average, before sending you to breakout rooms, am I clear on my instructions? I'll repeat, you will have to just draw down your present state in these 4 areas: profession, personal, health, and finance. And after 6 months, where do you want to line up in profession, personal, health, and finance? Once you're done, I'll be giving you 5 minutes. You will have to do it within 5 minutes, and I'll be sending you to breakout rooms. And there you will have to discuss for 2 minutes. For each participant, we would be giving 2 minutes, and each one of them have to talk. How are they? Where do they want to reach? And what is the journey which they want to take? Just in 2 minutes. So we'll break out into rooms now, and we will meet you after 10 minutes. Before that, any questions on this matter, Wheel of Life in particular? Do you have any questions? You can unmute and ask me. Otherwise, I'll send you to breakout rooms now. So no questions. Go ready, make some noise in the breakout rooms. And how we go to breakout rooms is making like pom 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 pom, I'm coming, dari bidi. So this is how we go into breakout rooms. So let's go into breakout rooms. Shilpa, can you please make me the host, because
yeah,
I'm not
I
able
have
to.
I have made you the host.
Yeah. Okay, I'm creating the breakout rooms now. We'll make it as 5 or 3. We are 20 here, right? So we'll make it as 4. So 4 breakout rooms. I'll be also visiting you guys and letting you know in case there is any problem you're facing or something like that. So let's go to breakout rooms. Can you all make some noise? Can you all say pom 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 pom? Let's go, let's go. Can you all say, can I hear that? Can I hear that?
No.
Louder, can I hear that?
Let's go.
Very good. Let's go. I'm so sorry. I had to call you all back because I had to give you 5 minutes of your time to write down your goals. I'm so sorry on the technical glitches. Now I'm giving you 5 minutes time. Please write down your 6 monthly goal as well as your 1 monthly goal. Break it down to 1 monthly goal. After 5 minutes, I'll send you all. For the I'm sorry, I had to call you all back to main room because I repeat my instructions. I was supposed to give you 5 minutes time to chalk down your goals, and then we had to break for our private rooms. I'm sorry for it. You can now take 5 minutes of your time and you can go on writing your 6 monthly goal first and then drop it down to 1 monthly goal. Please do it. Will not have any noise. Introspect yourself, look into yourself, and write down your 1 monthly goal as well as 6 monthly goal. Your time starts now. Take your time, 3 more minutes left. Review your goals. For 6 months, bring it down to 1 month. You will have to write in the areas of profession, personal, health, and family. You can even prioritize. Two more minutes, we are good to go to breakout rooms. Okay, we are good to go to breakout rooms. Now I'll be sending you to breakout rooms, and I hope you all could write your goals. Does any friend of mine here need any help for me to for you to draw up the goals? Okay, shall we all go? So make some noise. Let's go.
Let's go.
Very good. Just press join room, and when you're coming back, just say returning to main room. Those who are in the main room, please go join your breakout rooms. Your friends are discussing over there. I see Ramamurthy Srinivasan sir. I see Atul Kumar Singh, Sanjay's iPhone, Mayur Deshmukh, and some Redmi have not joined any rooms. Please join to your assigned room and start discussing. I think first room people are yet to join. Yeah, they are coming now. Nani, I was telling now, Hemant, first room people are yet to join, and I forgot that you are there in that room. Sorry.
Since you are recording, I prefer not to say a word.
Okay, thank you.
Don't consider it a tool to keep me silent. Cannot work always.
I will remember this. Virtual high five. Okay, we don't have anybody else in the breakout rooms. I guess all 13 participants are here, right? No breakout rooms. Yeah, we all are back. So tell me, how did you guys feel? That 5 minutes, did it make any difference to you all?
Yes, it sort of gave clarity. Maybe it was for a very small time, but it made me realize that yes, I need to really think more about this if I want this. I need to chalk out a plan or something how to achieve this.
Good. That is what even I felt when I did it for the first time. Anyone else would like to share? Shilpa, you were trying to unmute. Yeah.
I felt that, talking to my fellow friends who are more physically active, I felt even I have to set my goals so that, I can go in that direction.
Could you set your goal? 1 monthly, 6 monthly?
Yeah, I set it.
Fantastic. Super.
It was not easy, but yes, whatever came to my mind.
No steps is easy. First step is always difficult. Once you achieve that, it will start giving you that sense of that achievement. You will go on achieving it. You will become an unstoppable person. Anyone else would like to share, or shall we move on to question and answers, if any? We have already hit our 1 hour time. Subbarao sir, you were attempting to unmute.
Yes. What I felt, okay, see, everybody will be having the similar goals, maybe whether it is professionally or personally or financially. That's what I feel, okay. Maybe it's not a person to person. All people, okay, like most of the same goals will be there, are there.
Okay. We are on the same fraternity. Yes, probably we all will have the same financial and professional goals. And Hemant tells me here that a lot more clarity would be required on the goal itself. Can you elaborate, please?
My thought is goal setting itself is a huge exercise.
Oh yes. Yes. This is just a part of what.
Right. So,
let me just tell you. It is just a part of what a bigger exercise, the master classes which I conduct, the goal setting. That has your SMART goals, that has your neurologically smart goals, how your neurological levels can be set. This is just one part. It is just a demo due to paucity of time. Yes, Hemant, please go ahead.
Yeah, when we're discussing about setting the goal, now a little more clarity of what the process of goal setting is, or what should you be looking at setting goal.
Okay, why goal setting?
Maybe one step before that, correct?
Why goal setting?
Yes.
Yeah. These are all, when we, if at all, God forbid, if I'm able to conduct a goal setting workshop, probably we'll have a better clarity on these. Why goal setting is a big question, and that itself takes an hour's talk, that itself is very, I was telling one of my senior fellow member here, it is a bug inside the mind. Why goal setting? Yes. Any questions? I have something in the chat box. How to set goal. Adanki Harish, if I'm not pronouncing wrong. Mr. Harish, primarily.
Yes, madam.
Sorry?
Yes, madam. Continue.
Yes, sir. Primarily for how to set goal is, first you will have to say what do you want to achieve. Say for example, if for my if I have to increase my BMI index to 65, which is currently at 58, if I have to increase at 65, I have to break it down, come down to completely first step. What is that which I have to do first? Say, for example, if I have to say, okay, control on the diet, I'll have to say, there are concepts of how to set goals. Like you have to set it, we all know that it has to be smart. It has to be specific, it has to be measurable, it has to be realistic, it has to be time bound, and it has to be achievable. But there is something concept called as neurological smart, which probably we can discuss it anytime, sometime later. How you set your goal is, you have to first view what is that which you aspire to become. If I take an example of Hemant here, whom I know very closely, and I know that his goal is to write a book. If he is writing a book, that is his aspiration. He wants to become, he wants to write an author. Whether that gets published or not, that's a different issue. But yes, his goal is writing the book. It is based on his own performance. The publisher may take a little longer time. The publisher may not even be able to publish it. But that doesn't mean that Hemant didn't achieve his goal. Hemant achieved his goal by writing the book. So when we set our goals, we'll be a futuristic, we'll have a futuristic view. Usually what people does or the companies does is look at backside and walk front. Last time we earned 100 crore, this time we'll earn 110% more. No, that's not how you do it. You just have to be futuristic oriented. So just see yourself as to how you want to be after 6 months and break it down to 1 month. Probably I can let you know more if I can, if you can, we can get connected on one-to-one session. My number is 95355 74123. It is 95355 74123. Mr. Harish, you can we can have a one-to-one session on this, one-to-one call on
Sure,
this.
madam. Sure, madam.
Thank you. And I hope I could answer a bit to your question in this forum.
Yes, but it's one of the difficult deciding the goals and splitting it. It's not so easy task.
Yeah, it is not an easy task, but yes.
Yeah, especially business goals, whether to increase the revenue or increase the client base.
Okay, this is a fantastic question.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic question. See, there are people, I'll tell you my one, without naming my any fellow members. There are company secretaries who has 120, 500 client base and have the same revenue for a company secretary who has 30 clients. Depends on the quality of the client you take and not the quantity, if you ask me personally. If you are asked, sorry sir.
You are sure, you are correct, madam. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Any more question or thought we can discuss on, or we'll wind up in another 1 or 2 minutes? Now we can stop the recording and give a free mouth to Hemant to talk.
Even I have seen, okay, my mother also, okay, even when childhood, okay, whether we will pass or not, whether we'll reach or not, whether we'll reach the goals or not, okay, even compared to my other aunties or whatever, okay, she's very much negativity. Maybe it is passed. Sometimes even my colleagues will say that, okay, the negativity is more in you than positivity, but at last, okay, it will come in positive mode only, but okay, but we work with this negativity. That may be hit, okay, but few people will work with the positivity, but few people will work with the negativity. That we have to reduce, and which will And again, you covered, okay, conditioning mind. That is very, very required in these days. Okay, it's much required. And also you have covered 4 principles and tools, and where, okay, fight against negativity. Yes, it is very, very important for everyone. And again, change your choice to respond. That is also like the change is inevitable in everybody's life, that we have to respond depending upon this. Okay, and we have to change our choice also, as you said. Okay, even I might have one goal before pandemic. Now, because of this pandemic, maybe I have to change it. That is very much required, and awareness, accepted, and whatever, okay, preparedness is very, very important. That is also. And again, apart from this, okay, what I can give some more inputs, okay, how to improve our mental wellness, like valuing yourself, valuing your body, take care of your body, like, and first of all, okay, we need to have surround with good people. That is also very, very much required. Okay, and we have to restrict our goals. We have to set our restricted goals also. Whatever you have given the tools, okay, whether professionally, personally, finance, and health, okay, which is very, very important to have set goals. Whenever we have like restricted goals, maybe we will be very, very happiness. Otherwise, if I have like 100 crores I have to earn, if I have that type of okay, goal, maybe I may not reach you, and again my mental wellness also may be imbalanced. Okay, which you have covered everything, and very much appreciated for your webinar and session. And okay, it is very grateful. And okay, from Bangalore Well Association, and even okay, we will give, okay, whatever, okay, I know that, okay, you will give some one-to-one sessions also, which we will suggest a few people where we like. Thank you, Pavitra. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so
Thanks
much.
a lot, everyone.
Thank
for
you.
attending.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a wonderful session. I had a real good participation, though the number of participants were less, but the participants who were there, they were full of energy. I really loved being here. And you know, one thing I just want to just flash through my mind, just one more minute. As Buddha says, "Asaya dukkha ke mula." But there is a contradiction. Krishna says, if you run away from anything, you will not achieve anything. And that's how Dasaru also said, Isabeku, idu jaisabeku. And that is how in life we will keep on facing challenges. So let's watch ourselves, let's lead our life positively, and let's get treated positive. See you all soon. If at all BVA wants to conduct any master classes, which will be at a nominal charges for 2-3 hours in a day, probably for one day, we can look for that association and we can get through it. I'll be in touch with you, Shilpa, for that.
Sure, sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the wonderful participation. Bye.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Pavitra.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.